back to Metro Morning Live and Metro Midday Live. I'm so happy to have with me now two very special people here on the Jackson State campus, President Dr. Elaine Hayes Anthony and Jackson State VP and Athletic Director Ashley Robinson. Thank you guys for joining me.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning. Glad to be here.
Yes, ma'am. Now, you are here to make a very special announcement. I'll let you do that.
Well, thank you very much, Rob. It's good to be at my own stomping ground.
Yes, ma'am.
But I am here to make a statement that this gentleman that's sitting to my right with this big smile on his face, and he's putting a big smile on my face, I want all to hear he is staying at the I love Jackson State University. And I am so happy to have him. I hope I had a little bit to do with that.
A lot to do with it. A lot to do with it.
We want him here because of his brilliant track record. He's done so many things for the university in terms of our strategic plan. And you know, athletics is a part of that. And he has lived up to that. So, you know, we huddled up, as they say in sports.
Right.
And we came out a winner. We're happy to have Ashley with us. And I am so very pleased to have him as part of my administration. So, welcome back.
Right.
We're glad to have you here.
I don't think I ever went anywhere, Dr.
No,
Anthony.
you did.
Especially with you in place. I mean, this was a decision. Jackson State is very special to me. It's nothing like having support when you're building the athletic department. You know, a lot of institutions, a lot of athletic directors don't have the support. And when you have the support of your president and your administration, that's big. So that's one of the biggest reasons why I made a decision to stay here at Jackson State University, with the support, with the alumni, our great student athletes, our great coaches, our great administration, and our great president. I mean, that's what it's all about, because you always want to be in a position where you can support your coaches and support your athletes. And President Anthony, you have put us in that position.
Well, I appreciate it, and I am so glad that you're here. And I want to say this, Rob, to all listeners and viewers, that it's a done deal. So if you're wondering, he's here, and he is here to stay. He is going to be at the I love Jackson State University.
Absolutely, and we are so thankful to have Ashley here. You know, he was named athletic director twice, back-to-back years, and you know, you hired several profile coaches. Just your vision of Jackson State.
You know, the vision of Jackson State University, you know, Jackson State has had a great tradition. You know, my thing was building on tradition and blazing new trails here at Jackson State. And you look at the track record of Jackson State athletics across the board, it's very, very successful. We'd had some down years, and you know, I was brought back to bring those years back to Jackson State. So I tell people, we didn't just start winning. We've been winning at Jackson State, but we're bringing that tradition back to Jackson State. You know, we have a lot of local talent here. I'm talking about Coach Tamika Reed, which is four-time champion, done a really, really good job. And she's from Jackson, Mississippi. Brought in Mo Williams, men's basketball, coming in his second year, done a really good job the first year of bringing that tradition back to basketball. And we talk about T.C. Taylor, you know, one of our own, you know, to come back and to really be a part. And President Anthony and I had an opportunity to go meet with their student athletes yesterday, football student athletes. And you talking about 110 of great young men with discipline, great coaches, and what he's doing to bring that tradition back to Jackson State. And that's huge. You know, we have great coaches here. We have Rose Washington, you know, women's volleyball, which is a legend, Omar Johnson, Mark Thorne, you know. So we have some great legends. Dr. Ted has brought soccer back to the program. So, you know, we're very excited. You know, Dr. Borges, let's not leave our women's bowling out. They've done a really good job. Coach Hernandez with men's and women's tennis. So we're going to build tradition here. We had a great announcement to make in athletics as well. Again, with the support of President Anthony, we're bringing men's and women's golf back.
Yay!
And, you know, that's a big deal here at
Exactly.
Jackson State University. You know, we had a great tradition here. Coach Payton won over 30 championships in the golf program. So we got that approval. President Anthony has put our stamp on that, and we're bringing that program this year. We're going to transition this year in the golf program, which is huge for Jackson State. So we're back to the 18 sports. So we're very, very excited about that, and some exciting things are going on. We had some goals this year. You know, Dr. Anthony talked about the strategic plan, and we wanted to do some facility things for our student athletes. We upgraded our tennis courts. We upgraded our track. You have an opportunity to come on campus, and you have an opportunity to see our new weight room. as well that we've done. You're talking about it's going to be a great facility for all our students to use. And you know, Dr. Anthony came in yesterday, and I'm not going to steal her thunder, but
you better not tell my
but
surprise.
I'm not going to tell a
getting ready to
surprise.
do that.
But I'm going to tell a surprise. But we have another surprise that we've done. You know,
Yeah.
for our football and track program. That's going to be really, really huge. So everything we do is about student success, and that's what I love about President Anthony and her administration. It's all about the student success and all about Jackson State University.
And you know, with Dr. Anthony, she loves sports.
Right.
She's
Right.
a fan of sports.
I am a sports fan.
Her husband and I, we would talk football before the games and all
Right,
that. So,
right.
Yeah.
so we really have a president who supports sports. So,
And who understands it, and
Yes,
who's
ma'am.
married to
Yes.
a former athlete.
That's
Yes,
right.
ma'am.
So I understand the drilling and the nutrition that we talked about, and all the things that you have to do to be a stellar athlete. But he was a star student, and that's what I was
Right.
pushing to the athletes
I was
yesterday.
trying to get him to do the games with me, but he knocked Asbury out of the way. But
No.
he didn't want to do
No,
that.
we gonna keep going. We gonna keep
We
going.
got to keep our quarterback. We're going to keep our
We got to
quarterback.
keep quarterback.
But now,
yeah.
Ashley was alluding to you had another announcement you wanted to
I
make?
have another announcement to make, and even my AD didn't know about it.
Sure did.
The head coach didn't know about it. The only person that I think that I really told about it was my special assistant to the president, Dr. K.B. Turner. He knew about it. And that announcement was, you know, sometimes the guys need to practice at night. Well, if you don't have any lights, you can't do that. Well, by the end of this week, we're going to have lights out there.
Right.
At
for
the practice
practice.
field?
At the practice field.
Wow, that's huge news.
That's huge. And it's going to be huge for our players because it's going to allow them to expand.
Yes.
It's going to allow the head coach to say, you know, we need to go over this again when they had to go in because there was no lighting.
Right.
So we put that in, and that didn't have to come out of your budget.
That's right.
We
That's
found
right.
we found some pennies, and a little bit more than pennies, but we found
Right.
some way to get this done for our student athletes. Because if they need to work on something a little bit longer, they'll have the capability of doing it. So I was able to put one over on this guy in terms of a surprise. So I call that breaking good news.
Great
That's
news.
fantastic. In addition to the track, I went out to practice the other day, and it didn't dawn on me that there was a track, the new track. And when I walked across, I was like, hey, wait a minute, something's different. But
Yeah.
that is beautiful.
It is beautiful out there.
Yeah, that track is beautiful.
And you know what? I want to thank the facilities department
Yes.
for really getting that done at the hands of their executive director,
Right.
Dr. Van Siggers. We're working hand in hand. We are building a team where we see where one needs this and one needs this, and then I've got a group of people that I can dream with, and they can help me make some of those dreams a reality.
Yes, ma'am.
So the team is almost together. We are coming together, but with the team that we have now, we're making some things happen. And you know what makes me happy? Well, number one, be sitting up here with you. But what makes me happy is when I see a smile on this guy's face. Then I know that I'm doing some things right.
That's right.
We talk all the time. There are no limits on conversations. In fact, I want to hear from him every day. And he just about does that.
That's right.
How you doing? Just checking on you, what we need to do.
That's great.
And that's
great.
the way you are when you're professionals, but when you love working together, and we do.
Yeah, it's been good
Yeah.
news coming out of Jackson State in the athletic department. They had the truck reveal.
Right.
Beautiful
Yes.
18-wheeler. Can you tell me about that a little bit?
That's great. You know, just a backstory on that. We got here in 2018. You know, we didn't have a truck, you know, for our team to travel with. We built a relationship with KLLM and Mr. Richards over and went over and met with him. And they was doing some things for, you know, Ole Miss, Mississippi State, and USM. And came that second or third year, Dr. Anthony said, hey, we want to help Jackson State. We had a great partnership with them, and they've been doing a really, really good job with us. And we thank them again. Can't thank them enough. But you're talking about first class for our student athletes travel, and also a great marketing tool, you know, for the university. You know, you can showcase your Hall of Famers. You can showcase our new theme in football, which Coach Taylor has, Guard the Yard. Then on the back, it has Building on Tradition and Blazing New Trail. So that was a very exciting time, and we had a lot of alumni supporters to come out, and that's what it's all about, Rob. You know, it's all about the support of our alumni and our supporters and our students to make sure that we can give them the best experience while they're here at Jackson State.
Yes, sir.
And we talked to Mr. Richards. He said he's coming to a football game.
That's right.
Is that right?
That's right. He's going to be a guest in President Anthony's suite,
Yes.
and we're excited to host him. We would love it.
And Doc, you also had a surprise fundraiser for athletics
Oh,
at the
and
M Bar.
that was just the bomb at
Right.
the M Bar. We had Ashley didn't know about it. He
Right.
thought it was a fundraiser for athletics, and it was. But it was also an appreciation for him for the great job that he has been doing. And so we gave him a little something, something.
That's right.
And so then we also started raising money. And so as we stood up there and I was standing up there, he was just doing this, and in 2 hours, we raised over $300,000.
Wow, that's fantastic.
Yes.
You know,
Good.
and then at the Tiger Fund meeting, one gentleman got up and said, you know, we need to do that once a year. However you pull that together, I can't tell you all my secrets.
Right.
But however we pull that together, he has a fine staff and they know how to get around, and they were talking on the phone, they were talking to me about his associate AD. But he didn't know it, and he came to my office, he said, something going on. He said, people just sneaking around, and I don't know what's happening. And I said, really? And then he looked at me, he said, but Doc, you look a little sneaky. And I was trying to take the sneaky look off my face, and I couldn't really do it. But it was all for a good cause,
Yes,
and,
ma'am.
it really, really worked out. And I want to thank Richard Bradley for opening up the M Bar on his off day and really hosting and working with us with decorations, with food, with everything else. He is just a fine guy.
Yes,
And is it too early for me to say who's gonna be the grand marshal?
It ain't
for
too early,
homecoming?
Doc. I think this would be a great time to make that
I
announcement.
think we can make another
Well,
announcement.
what you got, Doc? You got another announcement?
Richard Bradley is gonna be our grand marshal for homecoming this
Wow,
year.
that's well deserving for him.
It is.
Absolutely.
It is.
No doubt
It
about
is.
it. Well, I could talk to you guys forever because I really don't get to see much of you.
Yeah.
Y'all busy and everything. Is there anything else that you'd like to add before we go?
Well, you know, Rob, we want to continue to build on tradition, and
Blazing new trails.
here at Jackson State University, I want to thank President Anthony for her support. Doc, thank you, and this is what it's all
That's
about.
what it's all about.
All right, go Tigers.
Go Tigers.